4 album sales in 09.
Did you hear that? He was gay. Keep it real.
Ross, I'm not gonna say I heard that.
Yeah, but it's true. But it's the truth.
How do you know that's the truth?
He's gay. The world knows he's gay. But more importantly, it's the truth that you heard he was gay. Because everybody in the room said they heard he was gay.
Did they?
So I know you heard it.
He'll pay somebody $100,000 to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
You can't take back what your butthole received.
Ross take a shot at you a couple weeks ago about a girl that you're not even with no more.
We wearing Travis Scott's all week.
Girl. What is it with you and Ross that's just been going on for so long?
Nothing else works for him outside of mentioning me. When things get bad, you mention me. It gets covered further. I get covered across the board. They get covered on the hip hop blog. It is what it is. And you watch because I have nothing else to say. You just see it happen periodically as it goes. You know, you see that big white elephant? That property he lives at? It costs more than the nightclubs. He's in the nightclubs. What kind of rich cut his own grass? Why are you out there cutting your own grass? You're trying to save money, nigga? You don't want to pay for the lawn to get cut, huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with cutting your grass. Like the slippery soap. Thank you.
Yo, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself, so.
Man, hold up, wait a minute. You ain't gonna act like you didn't saw that, man. You ain't gonna act like you don't saw Rick Ross flexing his chest to make Diddy saw that shit and, you know, doing that lip type of dance, you know.
On Carisha roof of the truck. He made it happen. I'm proud of you.
Only for slippery soap.
That's right.
For real. I'm proud of my brother, for real. I was saying like how he had the car show, he pulled up on me.
Pulled it off.
And I got to use his products. And we was like, you know, let's have a, you know, an act of love. Because washing the car, most hustlers don't wash a car.
Not no
a lot of cats got ego.
A lot of times you feel like you too big for
Yeah, they got shame in their game. We don't have no shame in our game. We gonna get to this money. We gonna wash a car. We gonna go door to door. Ain't nothing stopping this. Ain't nothing stopping this. We want it all.
Puffy just gave me $1 million after I was just taking pictures with this shit everywhere.
What's the rock?
For over a year.
Oh
yeah.
Shit, that's pretty
no
dope.
contract, no shit like that.
Just as a thank you.
Yeah, just on some love. So
Do you look at them
You mean like Rose? Jack and Freeway Ricky whole existence?
Rose ain't on the list, man. Goddamn, you gonna throw Rose catch a stray?
He can put it on there. He can put it on there.
Okay. Yeah, like you know, Rose.
That folded over bitch.
You know, he gets inspired by what someone else.
Yeah, he was so inspired. He pretended to be that nigga until somebody called him on his fake ass G, and then he went running around looking like a Buddha with his shirt off, beating on little bitches, singing about "Pass me the sage." I don't get it.
They own fucking Rick Ross too. You, Rose, you folded over. You still paying the gangster disciples. I know, because one of them's related to me. Still paying. You still paying, ho? God did? Fuck you too, Khaled. I'm gonna tell you what God's about to do. He about to clean all y'all up. And he sent me. I'm the messenger. My name is Jonah. He told me to go to Nineveh.
What up? How you listening? Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. Alright? I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes. The what? All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes. Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah. Can you reach out yet? Nah, Pop. He ghosting. I just motherfucker doing. These things sweet now because I'm in here. It's all good. You about to get out on bail. Everybody out there quiet as a motherfucker. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh. About all these lawsuits though, Pop. Ain't none of them getting shit. I ain't worth nothing. Ain't got shit in my name anyway. Don't even worry about it. But the money hungry.
The Rose, the fake Rick Ross. Cause I know the real Rick Ross.
Like, what kind of grown man who was a prison guard comes out to pretend to be a real gangster and then still tries to hold the name while the actual man is living in the world?
Another
Weird.
one. Chain swinging on me every time I walk through. Black tees, bodyguards for your lawsuits. At the office, bitches walking through in costumes. Oak 1-6 clips in the carpool. Real bosses get money and we never beat. We drop a bag and we let the killers clear the streets. I'm talking money, we could bust that down at Budokan. I know the chef, I got them cooking up, they 2 for 1.
Rick Ross never thought it would come to this. Standing in front of a packed room, cameras flashing, lawyers whispering, and his own heart pounding in his chest. But he couldn't stay silent any longer. What he experienced at Diddy's private party shook him to his core. And it was finally time to tell the truth. It all started with an invitation, one of those elite private events thrown by Diddy where celebrities gathered behind closed doors. Ross had been to a few before. Nothing ever felt quite right. But in the industry, you learn to keep your head down, shake hands, and stay moving. That night, though, something changed. That night, Diddy tried to cross a line no one should ever cross. Ross arrived in his usual style, shades on, fresh suit, his presence turning heads. But the moment he walked into the room, the vibe was different. The music was loud, but there was tension underneath it. People weren't just partying, they were watching each other. The security was tighter. The staff looked nervous, and Diddy, he was trying too hard to be calm. Ross was handed a drink right away, something he didn't ask for. A staff member smiled and said, "This is from the boss." Rick looked at it. The color was off. It smelled strange. Something told him not to drink it. And that's when the alarm started going off in his head. He slipped away, pretending to take a phone call. He watched from the shadows. He saw Diddy nodding to his team, pointing towards certain guests. He saw another artist get handed the same drink. 10 minutes later, that artist could barely stand, slurring, eyes glazed, confused. Everyone laughed it off, said he was just too lit. But Ross knew better. He made his way toward the exit, but before he could leave, Diddy cornered him, smiling, calm, too calm. He asked why Ross hadn't finished his drink. Rick didn't answer. Diddy leaned in and said, "You'll feel better once you loosen up, boss." That was it. That was the moment Rick Ross realized he had just dodged something dangerous, real dangerous. After that night, everything changed. Diddy stopped calling. Industry invites stopped coming in. Ross was frozen out of certain circles. Whisper campaigns started about him. People told him he was paranoid, but Ross knew the truth. He saw what Diddy was doing, and it wasn't just about parties or music. It was about power, control, and secrets. For years, Rick Ross kept his mouth shut. He tried to move on, build his empire, focus on his music, but the whispers never stopped. He heard from other artists, young ones, about what happened to them after being invited to Diddy's house. Some talked about memory loss. Others said they woke up not remembering parts of the night. Some just disappeared from the spotlight completely. And then came the investigations, the lawsuits, the raids, the allegations pouring out from every corner of the industry, the FBI knocking on Diddy's door, former assistants flipping, artists speaking out. And Ross, he couldn't stay silent anymore. He reached out to authorities, voluntarily, sat down with federal agents and told them everything. From the moment he walked into that party to the second he realized what had been slipped into his drink, he described the layout, the staff, the patterns. He gave names. And he wasn't afraid, because this wasn't just about one night. This was about a pattern, a network of manipulation and silence. And Diddy, at the center of it all, was finally facing the truth. The story hit the media like a hammer. Rick Ross testifies against Diddy. Headlines exploded, blogs lit up, social media couldn't believe it, but Ross didn't care about the noise. He was focused on justice, on making sure no other artist had to go through what he did. Diddy's team tried to spin it, claimed Ross was jealous, bitter, looking for attention, but the public wasn't buying it, not with the mountain of evidence already piling up. not with other witnesses backing Ross's claims. One former security guard even said he saw the exact ring Ross was handed and knew it was laced with something. And then came the footage, grainy black and white security cam footage from inside the mansion. It showed Diddy instructing staff behind closed doors. It showed him pointing at guests, whispering instructions. One clip even showed him watching from the shadows as another artist was helped out of the room, barely able to walk. That clip was all over the internet. It confirmed what Ross had said, and it opened the floodgates. More witnesses came forward. More artists spoke up. Some admitted they had been scared for years, that they thought no one would believe them. But seeing Ross, a giant in the industry, speak out gave them strength. And suddenly Diddy wasn't untouchable anymore. Court documents showed Diddy's legal team scrambling, trying to stop subpoenas, filing delays, asking for protective orders, but none of it worked. The judge ruled that Ross's testimony would be heard, and the trial was on. In court, Ross didn't hold back. He described the party in detail, the pressure, the eerie vibe, the way Diddy watched everyone like a hawk. He told the jury about the drink, the smell, the moment he realized something was off, and the expression on Diddy's face when he saw Ross resist. The jury listened. The judge listened. And so did the world. Meanwhile, Diddy's empire started crumbling. Endorsement deals vanished. His music catalog sales dropped. Industry insiders distanced themselves fast. His closest friends went quiet. It was every man for himself now. Revolt, the company Diddy once championed, scrubbed his name from internal emails. Partners canceled shows. Cyrock cut ties completely. Streaming platforms pulled interviews and documentaries. Even artists who once praised Diddy now kept their distance. Usher? Nowhere to be found. The silence said everything. Behind the scenes, investigators built their case. They used Ross's testimony as a cornerstone. They tracked down former staff, party planners, drivers, even caterers, and every one of them added more fuel to the fire. One assistant told investigators that special drinks were made just for VIPs at certain events. She said she was told never to taste them, never to ask questions, just to serve and walk away. Another witness said she once saw a young guest pass out mid-conversation and was rushed upstairs by Diddy's security, never to be seen again. And yet, the most chilling piece of evidence came in the form of a handwritten note found in one of Diddy's private notebooks during a search. It read, "Control the night, control the memory." No names, no details, but in the context of Ross's testimony, it was damning. The prosecutor leaned on that note hard. Combined with Rick Ross's detailed timeline, the case was airtight. Diddy was facing real heat now, and there was nowhere to run. Then came the final twist. In a shocking moment during cross-examination, Diddy's lawyer tried to flip the narrative, suggested Ross was exaggerating, that he had no proof. But Ross kept his cool, and then dropped the final blow. He had kept the original cup, stored in a safe, untouched, sealed. He handed it over to investigators. Lab results showed traces of a substance often used to make someone confused or disoriented. It was real, it was undeniable, and it was the final nail in the coffin. Diddy's lawyers had no response. The courtroom went silent. And Ross? He just looked straight ahead, calm, focused, like a man who knew justice was finally catching up. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarmed him. He didn't say much, just one sentence: "I did what had to be done." That line echoed across headlines for days. As the trial moved forward, Diddy lost more than just fans. He lost credibility. He lost business. He lost the respect of the very industry he once ruled. More lawsuits followed, civil claims, class actions, artists demanding damages, producers breaking contracts, investors pulling out. And the list of witnesses kept growing, all because Rick Ross refused to be silenced. What started as a quiet night at a private party turned into a national scandal. And what Diddy tried to hide behind closed doors was now center stage. The empire he built on fear and secrets, gone. The career he used to control people, crumbling. And the man who thought he was untouchable, now the one being touched by the cold hand of justice. In the end, Diddy learned the hard way. When you try to drug the wrong man, you don't just lose the party, you lose everything. And Rick Ross, he walked out with his head high, his name clean, and a message to everyone watching. The truth always comes out. And Diddy tried to trap Rick Ross in silence, but now he's the one trapped in a courtroom, in the headlines, and in the past he can no longer erase.